Hi, students, IPI 296 and IPI 496 students. This is the inquiry class. My name is Dr. Folger, and I just wanted to welcome you. I am really excited to be teaching this class this semester. It's not a course that I normally teach. The course, as you know by now, was created by Dr. Lindy Elkins-Tanton. She's an expert in this specific type of inquiry that's represented in this course. And every semester, a different faculty member from different colleges, unique spaces in the university, are invited to teach this course. So I am here today to let you know that I'm live and real on the other end of what's now my Zoom recording, but on the other end, on the backside of this course, and I'm here to help you along the way in any way I can. I am going to see myself as a facilitator this semester with you, not necessarily an expert in the topics, because as you know, we are going to be researching big questions that don't have real answers publicized in the world today. So, we're going to put our heads together and do as best as we can to get movement towards responding to those big questions. So I have this little sticky on my computer to help remind me about the way I want to be in this world, and as a researcher and as your instructor this semester, I'm going to be striving to give you compliments, all right, and also ask you questions. I know that the course is set up extremely well. It's a learning pathway that you're going to just hopefully dig in and love once you get started. It's a course that's very different than anything you've probably taken before, and your role is going to be very unique from your prior roles as student, okay, as is mine as instructor. So just to help you get started in a more user-friendly way, I wanted to talk about a few things briefly, but I want to do that through story. So share with you that I'm in my 12th year at ASU. Prior to that, I was in technology teacher support for K-12 systems. I ran a couple of very large grants and did faculty development at a district, and then I also worked across multiple districts on some grants. So as an experienced K-12 teacher, I worked in 3 different school districts, had lots of different experiences in types of school districts and whatnot, but we landed this $5 million grant, and I don't know, let me think about this. How old was I? I was in my late 20s. So, less than half of what I am now. Anyway, I was in the district office, and if you live here in Phoenix, you should know that I was in Creighton School District office, and the superintendent, who knew me a little bit. I mean, I'd obviously written and received a very large grant, so he was happy to have that come his way. I met him in the hallways, and he kind of big stature, taller than me, and a very strong presence. Dr. Donald Covey was his name. And he came up to me, and I was intimidated just to be talking with him in the hallways, but he put his hands on my shoulders and he kind of gave me the finger, and he said, "No restrictions on vision. You create the plan and we'll figure out how to get us there." And I took that to mean we had all the money to do what we needed to do. We had the money to buy personnel, equipment, and we had the buy-in of the school system and the system of schools that we had established, plus some networks with the US Department of Ed and the State Department of Ed, that there was no reason for us to have any lesser of a goal than the vision of what was written into that grant document. So I'm telling you this story because I wanted to share with you how it made me feel. First of all, I felt like I was pretty young and not necessarily a veteran in this world of designing big systems and operating big change, big change. And so I was a little bit intimidated by it, but his message to me was very freeing. Because what it said to me is that my ideas, as grandiose as they can be sometimes, are valuable, worth researching, worth planning for, worth moving towards. And I think that's part of the charge that you're going to feel as you engage in the coursework in this course. So you're going to be writing and establishing a big goal question, right? Big goal question, which I had the same, like 5 years into a grant. How are we going to get here when we're clear back here at ground zero? So the way to get there is to head in that direction, right? In small baby steps. And that's what this course will help you do. The design of this course is magical. So as you're wrapping your head around how you want to be in this course, I want you to think about never knowing the answer, never getting to the vision. And you know what visions are so bizarre, because once you get headed in the direction of the vision, all of a sudden the vision morphs into something different, right? It becomes a higher elevated idea, more, I don't know what I'm saying, more sophisticated, right, than it was before. And your trajectory needs to change a little bit. Some of the things that you're doing need to be modified. It's just kind of how that happens. So this work, I think, in this course is really about sort of training your mind, your brain, and your emotions to never really knowing. Okay, just giving it a shot, putting something out there, and making sure that it's aligned to that big goal and a big enough lurch forward that you're going to gain some momentum. So a couple of things I want you to think about as you move forward here. All right. First of all, approach the course with as much curiosity as you can. Okay. Open-mindedness, creativity, sky's the limit on vision, and really get curious about what that future big goal question might be. All right. So that's the first thing I want you to think about. The next thing I want you to think about is how to use community in this course. You are going to be prompted to use a tool called Yellow Dig to work with one another, to field your ideas, put them out there. You all have the same structure in place for your learning, but you'll have many different learning goals, big goals, right? So people in your course community can help you a lot, but also think about people outside of your course. I can imagine some of you having just super, I don't know, Friday happy hour conversations maybe about your big goal question and where you're headed next with it with some of your friends. Okay. All right. Thirdly, I know that you're going to be learning a lot, and that you'll want your learning to look like this. That's the way the model's designed, but it's probably going to be looking more like this. Okay, maybe like this. So recognize that the love of learning is really important, that even if we have to do adjustments, resets, revise and resubmits, that's all part of it. And it's all about working together and getting the feedback and then making those great adjustments, and how is your brain getting trained. Literally, the dendrites in your brains are going to change through this course as you experience all that it provides for you. And you're going to become better at big inquiry later on or through the process of this course. Okay, now the fourth thing I want to share with you is I want you to have appropriate expectations for the course. So my goal is that you will be patient with yourself. You'll be inquisitive, curious, that you'll learn a lot of factual information from the readings and research that you do along the way. And that you'll recognize that the process provides the learning, not necessarily the end product. Okay, so have appropriate expectations for this type of course. I know it's different. With that, welcome to Module 1. It goes fast. It's just a couple of days. The idea is for you to field your big goal question through me. You do that by submitting your idea through the assignment submission link, and I'll get in there and provide comments to give you feedback on what I think are some, well, I'll provide you with compliments and questions, okay? To help you determine the one well-written goal question that will be formalized as you post it in the Beagle software that we're going to use this semester. Okay, you always have my email address is the best way to communicate with me. I don't love the Canvas inbox. It just doesn't do a good job of showing me the trail of communications, and I really need that. So if you could use the ASU email system, or just email me at teresa.folger@asu.edu. So you can call me Dr. Folger like the coffee. You can call me Dr. T. If you feel comfortable with it, you can call me Teresa. Most students call me Dr. something. Okay. All right. Good luck with Module 1, and please reach out if you need me at all.